What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Schaefer Gaming YouTube channel. We are back. I am doing a franchise as the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do like this type of content, please subscribe and tick that notification bell. It's right up there. And check us out on Twitch, Schaefer_Gaming on Twitch. Pretty similar to the name of the YouTube channel. I stream all this type of stuff: NCAA, MLB, Madden, WWE. Like I stream, like this is the type of stuff I like to stream and play. So definitely check us out. I appreciate you as always. Like I said, subscribe and tick that bell so you know it whenever video goes live. And let's get right into it. Appreciate y'all. What's going on, guys? So we are here. We are just past the Super Bowl. The Eagles, let me go over to it. The Eagles won the Super Bowl there, 38-35. So we are here for retirements. We're going to start looking at mock drafts, things like that. I'm using sports gaming rosters draft class for this rebuild. He puts a lot of work in. It's like all 450 players. He updates it throughout the year. Players that declare or don't declare, he takes them in, takes them out, has several draft classes. So I'm going to be using his classes for this rebuild and any others that I may do on the channel here. But yeah, let's get into it. We have a press conference, some messages. Let's take a look at the retirements first. I have a feeling Cam Hayward potentially. Let's see. Cordero Patterson. Could have figured that. DeMonte KZ, Cameron Johnson, and Cam Hayward. Yep, okay. About what I expected. I'm thankful. So here's my plan. I want to keep Russ. I know, crazy idea. I'm not sold on Justin Fields, and I don't want to give him like a 5-year deal and try to develop him. Because that'll still take him to like 32. At this point, developing is kind of out the window. So I'd like to keep Russ and then get some type of young quarterback to develop behind Russ. I think that's sort of going to be my goal going into this. Let's take a look at the mock draft right now. The mock draft's going to have me at, I think they have like a teens pick, 21, Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas, which I would take. I also don't see myself passing up on a Jack Sawyer there. I could see that being something that I go for in Jack Sawyer and adding him to TJ Watt and them boys. Also Campbell out of Alabama, Mike Green from Marshall. There's a lot of talent up behind here. Luther Burden. I really don't like Luther Burden's another one. If I could potentially go into next year with, yes, Russ, but then George Pickens and Luther Burden, I would do that. Could also trade up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to trade up to here to get like a McMillan or a Genti. I think that would be a little bit overkill. If I get the right deal on it, like if I could jump and get Abdul Carter, I would do that. So there are some options out here. And let's see here. We got messages from the media and our O coordinator. Let's see. And yes, I'm using Mike Tomlin. He does not deserve the hate that he gets for being as consistent as he is. What's your plan for the coming offseason? We want to win the draft. We want to get younger. The Steeler team needs an injection of youth. So we're gonna hope that we can get younger here and win the draft. And I think I'm gonna draft a sleeper. All right, now let's catch up with the O coordinator. Offseason workouts. Let's talk to Najee. I'd really like to develop Najee some more. You would think this many years in they'd have Najee's face scanned. Duke moves, stiff arms. That's perfect. All right, so yeah, and then just to put a bow on. Oh, the Chiefs won 38-35. Okay. Nick Bolton, who got Super Bowl MVP. It's hidden by my head here. Jamar Chase, Offensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell. MVP, Lamar. So, I'll bet all checks out. I mean, maybe Saquon, but about all checks out. All right. So, with that, let's move it up to re-signing, and we'll go from there. All right. So, let's see here as far as the player re-signings. Yeah, we're gonna negotiate with Najee. I want to bring Naj back. There's Russ, and I have 104 mil in cap space, so we're gonna play with this a little bit. Let's do Najee first. All right, Najee's re-signed for 4 years. That'll take him to age 31. And just to make sure, I mean, I don't think Fields is going to have the mentor, but just to be sure, he also wants way more money than Russ. Yeah, trade target. So Justin Fields can go. Justin Fields really can go. Now, does Kyle Allen also? No, he doesn't have a mentor. So I'm going to end up signing another mentor and kind of see if we can get a second mentor and try to double up. I don't know if it works like that, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it for the purposes of developing a young quarterback. Jalen Warren, 26. He only wants $5 million a year. You know what? This will avoid me from having to draft a running back at any point, so I will do that. I'm going to let these guys walk. I can always bring them back. Like, there's just nobody good enough for me to really, like, oh my god, I need to keep them. Let's see here. He wants 10 a year. He's only 27. Yeah, we'll give that to him. Okay, he wants test free agency. That's fine. Preston Smith, you're 32. We're getting younger here. That's not happening. Let's see here. Just a double check. We're almost at the end here. CJ Henderson, I'd like to extend. I think if I can give him enough playing time, he'll flourish. I'm going to give him 4 years to develop. Dude is a baller at Florida, so I'm going to keep him around. Cameron Sutton can go. James Pierce can go. Okay. explore punter. Okay. So with that, let's move it on up to free agency 1 and go from there. I'll see when I take a look at the moves. All right. So we spent a little bit of money in this offseason. We used up our cap space, but we improved this team dramatically. We added to the offensive line. A little bit older guys, but they're mentors. So my goal here, I got Trent Brown and David Bakhtiari on the tackles, both of which still in the 80s. Right, even if they regress a little bit, Trent Brown will be low 80s, Bakhtiari will be high 70s. I'll take that on a rebuilding team. But they're both mentors, so I can draft guys, sit them behind them, and let them learn for a year. Both 1-year deals, so I will get that cap space back if they don't, either way. I also brought back James Daniels, very similar deal to what I offered him in the contract extension phase. 2 years, 11 mil, or 22 mil, 11 a year. But bring him back for the right guard spot. I brought in Hassan Reddick to play right end. Kind of just, rotational pass rush guy. Again, on the older side, he's 30, but this defense is too good to not capitalize on, which is why I want to keep Russ as well. Like, that's why the goal is to keep Russ and not just put a young quarterback out there. We still have to get our guy, but he is, we don't want to be completely bad. And I think that's why I want to keep Russ to be able to do that, right? Have a competitive team, play how we can, while we're developing guys behind them, like a left tackle, a right tackle, a quarterback, a couple receivers, things like that. We brought in Tutu Atwell to kind of replace what Mike Williams and Van Jefferson and those boys gave us. 93 speed, so should be able to kind of put the ball in his hands and let him go. We brought in Bobby Brown the third out of A&M. 25, young stud. Fits our scheme already, so the hope is with some playing time, we can accelerate his growth. We brought in Jake Camarda to replace, I don't even remember who the punter was. And then Garoppolo, like I said, also a mentor. So that was the goal. I'm not sure if that works for sort of a double dip. But we are going to we brought in Jimmy Garoppolo. So that way we have Russ as first string, the young quarterback as second string, and then now Garoppolo as the third string. Russ and Jimmy both mentors. All right, so let's advance out of this. I am going to work on making the trade, and I will get back to you guys when I have that trade done. All right, so we got our guy. We got a guy that's going to learn. He's going to learn behind Russ and Jimmy. Joe Milton, Bazooka Joe, coming to Pittsburgh. 6'5", 246, and can absolutely sling it. We're going to give him the shot, man. We're going to give him the shot. He doesn't have to play right away. He can come in. He could learn from Russ, from Jimmy as the third string, and really kind of come into his own on offense and take over potentially next year. So, yeah, we got our guy. This was the goal, was to go get Joe Milton and let him develop and let him be kind of the next piece, right? When I think of probably a young quarterback that best fits what Pittsburgh had with Ben, where it's just stand in the pocket and can chuck it, Joe Milton. Joe Milton, Joe Milton, Joe Milton. All right, so we're gonna move in. We're gonna move out of this, and we'll see you in the draft. All right, so we are here in the draft. This was a weird draft. Giants passed on Shador, took Abdul Carter. Shador fell to 6 with the Raiders. Ted McMillan went to the Cowboys. Cam Ward went to the Saints. Fell all the way to 9. JTT from Ohio State went to Arizona. Will Campbell went to the Bengals. So let's see what's out there for us and go from there. All right, we can go Genty. Malachi Starks from Georgia sitting out there. Can I trade back a little bit? I'm the 21st pick. Can I go to like 25, 26? There we go. I'm going to pick up some picks for the future, a third next year and a sixth the year after, moving back 3 spots with Minnesota.
The current pick has been traded.
They took Kenneth Grant there. Okay. Jack Sawyer went to the Chargers, and Ursi went to the Packers. Okay. All right, so we are going to go ahead and take Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. I don't want to take Genti. We have Najee. We're set at safety, and we got Milton with Russ and Jimmy in front of him. Same thing with Omarion Hampton. I'm not going to take him. I got Najee. So I'm going to go ahead and take Emeka Egbuka and really build out this receiver core for Russ and them boys. Ranked 8th. So we'll take that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take Siobhan Revell out of East Carolina, pair him up with Joey Porter, and have a secondary duo moving forward. Oh, we got the animation. All right, we're going to go ahead and snag Isaiah Bond out of Texas. Should be able to fly. So we have rebuilt this receiver core in a major way here in this draft. All right. So wasn't going to bore y'all with the 4th through 7th round picks. But here's what we ended up with. We, I guess, like you guys saw, we took Emeka Egbuka in the 1st round. Then we took Siobhan Revell out of East Carolina in the 2nd round, pair him up with Joey Porter. So basically creating 2 really solid duos with Pickens and Egbuka and Revell and Porter. Then we got a slot guy. Now, I know I signed Tutu Atwell. This is an upgraded version of Tutu Atwell, if I'm going to be completely honest. Isaiah Bond, 98 speed, can fly. So it'll be a nice little weapon for Russ. Then in the 4th round, I grabbed Ty Hamilton, D-tackle, kind of just bolster the trenches. Same thing, Jake Majors out of Texas in the 5th round. And then in the 7th round, I took some flyers on guys. Tonka Hemingway out of South Carolina, Xavier Truss, Kyle Mungai out of Rutgers, who's been a stud for them, 89 speed. So I should be able to use him as a serviceable 3rd option at running back behind Najee and Warren. And then Savion Williams out of TCU, 6'6", 6'6", 92 speed. I think I'm going to find a way to use him. We shall see. But with that, let's get into the regular season. I'll see you on the first game. All right, so we have reached the roster cut portion of the offseason. So we are cutting this down to the 53 that we need going into the regular season. As we talked about, I am going with Russ, Milton, and Jimmy G. The running backs going to be Najee and Warren. And the Cardinals cut James Conner. So I've scooped him up. Going to make him a part of this team and a part of this franchise moving forward, for the next year or so as part of this rebuild. And Kyle Mungai, who we drafted late. Wide receivers, like talk about Pickens, Egbuka, Tutu Atwell, Isaiah Bond, Roman Wilson, and Savion Williams made the team out of camp. Muth and Darnell Washington. And then the offensive line, we got David Bakhtiari, Sayamalu, Zach Frazier, James Daniels will be re-signed, but looks like he's hurt. So we'll have to play Mason McCormick a little bit going into the season. And then Trent Brown, who's a little banged up as well. We've got Troy Fontanu waiting there. Then on defense, Larry Ogunjobi comes back. Hassan Reddick's going to be on the right side, rushing the passer. Keanu Benton and Bobby Brown plugging up the middle. Of course, Teej there, Patrick Queen, and Highsmith at the linebacker spots. Joey Porter, Siobhan Ravel, and Beanie Bishop on the back end with C.J. Henderson, who we brought back. Of course, Minka, Deshaun Elliott, and then we got Boswell, and we got Jake Camarda, who we signed. So we cut that down. I guess Joe Milton is going to be the main focus here in developing him and letting him be the one to succeed Russ as starting quarterback. That 98 throw power. It's hidden by my skull. But that 98 throw power is going to be enticing when we can develop the accuracy a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to jump into the first regular season game and get this thing rolling. All right, so week 1, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Rivalry game right off the bat, Sunday Night Football. Let's jump into it. We're not going to waste any time. We're not going to be cute. Let's get right into it.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37. Here's Wilson. He will find his man. That's the rookie from Ohio State. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Come on, Russ. Keep cooking, Russ.
Out of the gun, here's Russ.
Oh, sack.
Under pressure, and he'll go down.
That is less than ideal.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson.
There you go, Pickens.
Got his man. It's Pickens.
No! Damn it, Samalu.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is
Well,
incomplete.
try again on the next one.
3rd and a yard. We'll try to run for it with Harris.
There you go, Najee.
14 on the... Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's a
Let Russ cook, baby.
doing what veterans do. Don't take the
Come on.
hit. Got the first down, get down.
We're close. We're close. Come on now.
Here's Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Harris. And
Can't get
that
anything
one's
going with
quickly.
Najee.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense.
We're going for it.
Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Getting the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have the Steelers first down. That was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. Go with their fullback trying to get it. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run.
There we go. Touchdown Steelers, baby. Here we go.
He's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown. 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. And he
There we go.
score.
Another touchdown. 2-minute warning, okay.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. This one complete to Washington.
Darnell Washington again. Holy shit.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. That one into the hands of Atwell.
They go 2-2.
Zone out inside the 20. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Harris. And he
Najee again. Come on now.
to the air one more time with Jackson.
There we go. Broke it up. That's fine. We broke it up. And that's a win for the Steelers. Starting the season off with strong 1-0. 1-0. Try to go 1-0 each week. We beat the Ravens. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.